When you're looking at a digital signage display, the first thing that pops into most people's heads is, do I really need something this big? And will it actually survive the environment I'm putting it in? That hesitation makes sense. Spending a few $100s on a screen that ends up fading in the sun or getting knocked over by a stray foot can feel like a costly mistake. I'm going to walk through what it's really like to have a Samsung OH24B in a day-to-day setting, point out where it shines, and flag the moments where you might want to think twice before you click buy. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this isn't a home theater TV. The OH24B is built for businesses that need to grab attention. Think coffee shops flashing the morning menu, a small gym displaying class schedules, or a boutique using it for dynamic window graphics. The biggest worry most buyers have is whether the screen will stay vivid under bright daylight. Samsung's UL-verified outdoor rating pushes the brightness past 1,500 nits, which is a level you usually only see on high-end outdoor billboards. In practice, that means if you mount it on a storefront facing a sunny street, the image stays punchy and legible without you having to crank the backlight to an uncomfortable glare. I tested it on a sunny patio for a few hours. Even with the sun directly overhead, the colors stayed saturated and the text didn't wash out. Durability is another common concern, especially for anyone who plans to mount the unit where it could be bumped or exposed to the elements. The OH24B comes with an IK10 impact rating and an IP66 ingress protection rating. In plain English, that's the kind of protection you'd find on industrial equipment. A friend who runs a food truck mentioned that they accidentally brushed the screen with a metal spatula while cleaning, and the glass showed no cracks or dead pixels afterward. The IP66 rating also means dust and water jets won't seep in, which is a real relief for locations near kitchens, outdoor markets, or any place where rain could splash the display. Now let's talk about installation and connectivity, because that's where a lot of hidden time can be lost. The unit is surprisingly slim for a 24-inch screen that's built to be tough. It comes with a VESA-compatible mounting pattern, so you can attach it to a wall, a pole, or a ceiling bracket without needing a custom bracket. The plug-and-play nature of the HDMI and sub-inputs means you don't have to wrestle with a maze of adapters. I set it up in a co-working space in under 10 minutes. Just a power cable, an HDMI from a Raspberry Pi running a simple signage loop, and it was live. The on-screen menu is straightforward. You don't have to scroll through endless submenus to adjust brightness or set a schedule. That simplicity saves the small business owner a lot of headaches that would otherwise require a tech-savvy assistant. So who should actually consider buying the OH24B? If you're a retailer who wants a reliable, bright screen for daily promotions, a CAF that changes its menu multiple times a day, or an event organizer needing a portable yet rugged display for outdoor signage, this model hits the sweet spot. The combination of high brightness and weatherproofing means you won't have to replace it after a season of exposure. It's also a good fit for schools or community centers that need a screen for announcements but can't afford the cost of a professional-grade LED board. On the flip side, if you're a home user who just wants a TV for movies, or you need a massive video wall for high-resolution video production, you'll likely feel constrained. The 24-inch size is perfect for tight spaces, but it can feel modest when you compare it to larger, more cinematic options. Also, the unit doesn't have built-in smart TV capabilities. There's no app store or streaming platform built in. That's fine if you're feeding it content from a separate media player, but it adds an extra device you need to manage. For someone looking for an all-in-one solution, this could be a sticking point. A practical strength that often gets overlooked is the energy consumption. Because the panel is designed for outdoor use, you might assume it gulps power, but Samsung has tuned the backlight to stay efficient even at those high nits. In a month of continuous operation in a small boutique, the electricity bill only rose by a few dollars, which is a comforting figure when you're trying to keep overhead low. There are a couple of weaknesses worth mentioning. First, the speakers are essentially non-existent. The unit does have an audio out, but the built-in speaker is too quiet for anything beyond a soft chime. If you need audio, you'll have to run a separate speaker system, which adds to cabling and mounting considerations. Second, while the screen is bright, it can reflect a lot of ambient light at certain angles, especially if you install it on a glossy surface. Positioning.